Hi Pubg Esports fans, I'm your Pubg Esports guide Amy and I'm here with Paperson. It's been a long time, hi.
Yeah, it has been a long time. It's good to be back. I'm excited for Pubg Esports this year, really excited.
So we're here to introduce the PUBG Global Series 1, the very first global event of Pubg Esports 2023. PUBG Global Series is the offline event which will be replacing the PCS, which was held online till last year. Before that, I want to briefly expand about the 2023 PUBG Esports roadmap. So we had the regional series, and we're having the Pgs1 in Malaysia. And then we're going to have the regional series, which is the qualifier of the Pgs2. And then we're going to have another regional series, and then PNC, and the final round, PGC 2023.
Yeah, obviously, this is a lot this year. I'm really excited, once again, to be a part of it. And of course, Pgs1 kicking off in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. I'll be there casting. I'm super excited. April 27th until May 7th, so tons of action to look forward to.
I want to talk about the brief explanation about the Pgs1 structure. It's simply similar to the PGC 2022. So we're going to divide the 24 teams into 3 groups. We're going to do the 3 days of group stage, and the top 16 teams from the group stage advance to the winners bracket, and the bottom 8 goes to losers bracket. So in the winners bracket, the top 8 teams directly advances to the grand finals, and the bottom 8 goes to loser bracket, where they have to compete with the bottom 8 of group stage. The top 8 teams from the loser bracket goes to the grand finals, and these final 16 teams will be competing in 3 days of grand finals to become the champion of Pgs1. Before we break down the 24 teams, I want to talk about the GPT Global Partner Team program, which has launched in 2023. We have picked 8 global partner teams out of 470 teams who applied to become a part of GPT program based on the governance, fandom, and history and their past performance in the top tier events. So 8 GPT teams have secured their spot in both Pgs1 and Pgs2, and also we're going to make the special team edition in-game skins for them. And the 4 teams, Navi, Pero, and 17 Gaming and FaZe Clan team edition skin is now available in-game store, so please check out.
Yeah, and then for 4 a.m., Gen.G, Sonics, and Twisted Minds, you can get their skins at Pgs2, so make sure you look forward to that.
So rest of the 16 teams are qualified from the regional series, right?
Yes, exactly. So they were really intense qualifiers. Of course, we have 3 teams from the PAS, 2 teams from the PTS, 1 team from the PVS, PCR, PJC, and PML, 2 teams from the PCL, 3 teams from the PWS, and 2 teams from the PEC. So teams from all over the world qualifying.
So let's break down the 24 teams in details, and this time we're going to explain by the regional series, and we'll start off with PCL, PUBG Champions League. So here we have 3 GPT teams, 4 Angry Men, 17 Gaming, and Petrichor.
I'm really excited about this because, especially 4 a.m., let's start with them. They played so well in the PCL. They won the PCL. This is so exciting for one of our original strong teams in PUBG Esports. You know, you think back to 2019 PGC where they played so well, and now they're back playing incredible PUBG.
Yeah, we were kind of worried with the 4 a.m. in the weekly finals because they barely made it to the grand finals with ranking 13th, but all of a sudden, they were dominating in the PCL and winning another championship in the PCL.
And Crazy was a big part of that. He played out of his mind. Of course, now you have Summer as their IGL as well. A veteran, everybody knows this guy now. He has been so good for so long in PUBG Esports. No surprise to see them perform well in the PCL.
So 17 Gaming also ranked 3rd. Are their performance?
Yeah, and even without Show, who retired, we still have a very strong roster here. I mean, on the backs of Lil Ghost and Xiaobei in particular, they still play extremely well. A great Erangel team. You love to see these guys perform like that.
So Petrichor Road was 8th. What happened to them? They always seem to be a slow starter and climb up the leaderboard at last.
Yeah, of course, after winning 3 PCSs, everybody kind of expected them to be that dominant team that was always challenging for titles. Since then, it hasn't been quite as good. And so I think for Petrichor Road here, really, it's a matter of coordination. If they can get together on the same page and play like we know they're capable of, certainly they can compete for a championship.
So in PCL, we had 2 regional seeds, and Tiamba Esports and New Happy had secured their spots.
I think fans are going to be really happy to see New Happy back once again. The dynamic duo of Zipian and Ming continue to be incredible fraggers. You know, Zipian continues to lead that team to great success as their IGL, so no one should be surprised with the talent that's on this roster that they're able to qualify for a major once again.
Yeah, they have the potential. And the Tianba Esports with Longsker coming back. Crazy was crazy in the PCL Grand Finals, but as we see the overall PCL, Longsker won the MVP.
Tianba, I think we're really excited for this team because they struggled a little bit at the end of last year, but now Longskir's come to the team, and it's a great fit for both Longsker and Tianba. He's brought some much-needed fragging power to this team. He put up the most kills over the entire PCL. He did almost 10,000 total damage and averaged 327 damage per game. That is flat-out nuts, especially in a league like the PCL.
Yeah, let's see if he can show off like he did in the infantry and PCS events. So next is a Korean regional series, the PUBG Weekly Series Korea. So here we have one global partner team, Gen.G. Gen.G seemed to play very well in the weekly final, but in the grand finals they ended up 5th. Even though the team wasn't the best, the PO was the best player in PWS Grand Finals.
No doubt about it. He's still the best. He's probably the best DMR in the world, in my opinion, right now. His stats in the finals are absolutely otherworldly. I mean, averaging 368 damage per match. That's crazy good. It's what we expect out of him in some ways, but he's playing maybe the best PUBG of his life right now individually, so it's really exciting to see him with Gen.G again.
What do you think about the new squad, new Gen.G squad?
They seem to be still having a little bit of struggle getting on the same page at times, but when they're clicking together, they're still a very strong veteran team. You know, you've got players, multiple players who won major titles in PUBG Esports, and they're not going to be scared of a big stage like PGS.
So here we have 3 qualifiers, Danawa Esports, Pentagram, and GHIBLI Esports. And the surprising news is that Danawa Esports finally won their regional series. They were always performing very well on the global stage, but they didn't have a chance to win the regional series. But this year they brought Inonix and Loki with the dynamic duo of Soul and Salute, and I think this team is now complete.
This should be the best version of this team we've ever seen. Like, straight up, this is the best team that Danawa has ever fielded. As you can see the emotion from Sonic, the coach of Danawa. I really, really think they have a shot to win PGS.
The interesting fact is that Danawa Esports won all the Miramar maps in the last stage.
Yeah, I mean, they are a really good Miramar team. So now if they can really start to put it together on Erangel as well, absolutely a team to look out for.
And Pentagram ranked 2nd. They are relatively new. Actually, it's a new team. But if you look into the members, they're consisted of the veteran PUBG players. Pentagram was not really playing well in the weekly finals, but so suddenly in the grand finals, they became such a strong team.
Yeah, so they were finally able to summon some magic. I mean, Wicked, a really veteran IGL, Hikari, Adder, and Akkad, great players. So we know these guys have a lot of talent. It just took a while for them to kind of get comfortable with each other. What changed for them, I think, was that they started to play more cohesively, safer in the early game. They weren't losing like individual players. So it was just them addressing some problems really well and at the right time.
So next was GHIBLI Esports, who ranked 3rd.
Heaven in particular impressed the heck out of me. I mean, he put up crazy good numbers, 390 damage per match. That is insane. That is better than PO. That's how good Heaven was during this. GHIBLI's aggressive style continues to suit them well.
Next is for Chinese Taipei. PUBG Master League is back. Global Esports Exit has dominated the league, winning by 150 points gap.
Yeah, they're crazy. I mean, every year it just seems like GEX is always the ones that are coming out of Chinese Taipei and playing really well. Leo's back. He's playing out of his mind too, so good to have him back. Of course, some of the greats on that team like Xavier and Zennan. And then Yuri's here now. Some people might remember him from PCS2, Team Sadie's, and PCS2 Asia. But yeah, a really strong team once again. So another one of our legacy teams, just like GEX, Sun Sister, was able to win the PJC this year, coming through at the end with some big points to get ahead of Rascal Jester. A great squad here. Run AX and Imhak have been really, really strong. You also have Taegu, who's a Korean player, but he's been playing in Japan for quite some time with E36 and Rascal Jester previously. And Fevin is there as well, who had a pretty strong series. So overall, this team looks really well balanced, and it's great to see Sun Sister back at an international event again.
We have two teams advancing to the PGS1 from the PUBG Talent Series. As always, Petrichor Gaming has won the league.
Yeah, the pinnacle of PUBG in Thailand has been day trade for some time now. And even last year, we saw a lot of improvements with this team. Nurens in particular was playing out of his mind during the PTS. So this is maybe the best we've ever seen him playing right now in the PTS. Can't wait to see what he can do at PGS1.
Second place was quite changing a lot throughout the event. At the end, Purple Mood Esports with Donna White has secured the last spot.
Yeah, the longtime veteran of PUBG Esports on Myth for such a long time. Now he's over here with Purple Mood, taking a group of young players with him and having great success. He himself put up phenomenal numbers, over 300 damage per game, great performance. So really exciting to see these guys be able to come to an event, and let's see if they can perform well.
Next is PUBG Vietnam Series, where one team has advanced to the PGS1, and it was Cerberus Esports.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are really familiar with this team now, particularly because of Tycon. I think a lot of people would call him the Rookie of the Year for 2022. But Himas has been performing really, really well now for Cerberus. Actually put up a slightly better KDA with similar damage numbers to Tycon. So can't wait to see what these guys do. They really made a splash last year.
Next is PUBG Challenger Rumble with one seed. From this year, the OCE teams have also competed in PCR. This time, it was very close competition for that one spot. Archangel Predator, Gaskins, and EXO Clan were the top three, but at the end, EXO Clan got that spot.
EXO Clan is going to be interesting. This is a team of players who don't have a ton of experience at the international level, so I'm kind of curious to see how they perform.
Next is PUBG America Series, and in this region, we have one global partner team, Sonics. Sonics won like 5 PCS Americas, including 2 from last year, but this time in PAS, they were second. Still strong, but not as dominant.
Yeah, still really good. Still some things to work on. You know, Tickleton always going to be nuts. We know that. He still put up crazy good stats, averaged over 350 damage per game. So this team, still a threat, no matter what.
Next, we have 3 teams who have qualified from PAS. Luminosity Gaming, it's the old E United squad, and this team have won 6 chicken dinners out of 15 matches, which means that this team is definitely the teams to watch for.
Yeah, so some insanely talented fraggers on this team. We know a lot of people in the past have talked about Kickstart, but now Snakers has really stepped it up. He averaged over 400 damage per game. That's out of this world.
The next team to qualify was Shoot to Kill, which ranked 3rd. This team is also the squad that always make it to the global stage.
Yeah, they're a team of veterans, great guys who have been around for a really long time. Now you also have Vegas coming to this team, another veteran, a guy who's been around since PGC, 2019, even before that. Very strong player, great mechanics individually. Wasn't maybe as good of a performance as he would have liked, but still, this is a solid team. Their macro's great. This is going to be a team that's going to just kind of always be there and playing well.
And the last spot goes to Third Eye, which the team name is quite new, but if you look into the members, they are quite familiar members in the PUBG Esports scene.
Yeah, you've got Richie B and Box from the old 300 squad. Adam has been a great IGL recently in the last couple of years. Oldlist playing on Space Station and Bing Bang Boom. So no doubt that this team has experience in PUBG Esports.
So let's move on to the last regional series, PUBG EMEA Championship. In the EMEA region, we have 3 global partner teams, Navi, the PGC 2022 champion, and FaZe Clan, and Twisted Minds. So FaZe Clan ranked 5th. That's the best out of other JPT teams. They seems like they're gelling well with each other with the new squad, Curexy and James coming in. How do you think about this new squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're playing really well, actually. Even though they maybe didn't get the result they wanted, their damage numbers are all really good. Everybody averaging about 300 damage or more per game, so that's really strong. I think if they could just get their placement points a little bit higher, get a little bit deeper into games, this should be a team to watch out for.
Next is Navi. This is the team that won the PGC 2022, which means they have a potential in the global stage. Even though they ranked 7th, it seems like Example and Uba is still the fantastic duo of this team.
Yeah, I don't think you can count out this team very much at all. I mean, with the way that they performed that final day at PGC, everyone will remember that. I have no doubts that these guys can turn around and win PGS1.
Next is Twisted Minds. It's quite surprising that they have ranked 8th because this squad is a team that have dominated Europe EMEA events from the past years.
No doubt. I think, in their 3rd place finish at PGC last year, Still a lot of confidence in this team, just like Navi. I don't doubt that they are going to perform better at PGS1. I think all three of the PEC GPT teams can absolutely be in the grand finals and have a shot at winning.
Yeah, we have two teams who qualified from the PEC. These two teams might sound unfamiliar with global fans, so I think we need to explain more.
Yeah, Howl has been around for a while. They've qualified for some PCSs previously. They've never gotten better than, I think, 11th place at a PCS. So definitely not a team that was on people's radars to win this. It shocked me, for sure. But they played really, really well, especially Ruin. He played out of his mind during the grand finals here. So I'm really curious to see how they do at PGS1. Maybe this is just their year.
So the second place went to the Ascend. This team is consisted of the PNC German team.
Yeah, other than Kilyakai, of course, but everybody else is a German player, and they've had a great performance here.
Being top two in this competitive region means that we can expect more of this team. So let's see how they play in PGS1. So now that we have explained all 24 teams who will participate in PGS1, let's talk about how these 24 teams were divided into three groups. So they were divided into three groups based on their rank from the regional series.
I think they look extremely even, to be honest. When I saw these, you always try to look for the strongest group, and it was really hard for me to choose one. I guess Group B. But really, A, C as well are extremely difficult. So everybody here is going to have to fight really hard to get to that winner's bracket.
So today we've covered A to Z about PGS1 format to participating teams. And to add on, this time we don't have the Pick'em challenge, but still we do have a Fantasy League from Twire.gg. The Fantasy League structure has slightly changed, so please check out the Twire.gg. And the way you can earn the prize has also changed.
Yeah, now so depending on how you do, you will get Twire points, and then you can use those to convert them into G-Coin in-game. So get out there, compete against everyone else in the world. You can even set up your own little groups to compete against your friends. It's a lot of fun. Get involved.
PUBG Global Series 1, the very first PUBG Global event in 2023, will kick off on April 27th in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. It's going to be held for 10 days, 6 matches a day. So mark your calendar, stay tuned, and see you then.